So our smart scheduling is something that took us a very long time to create. This is something that will make sure your bookings are scheduled very accurately. So let's go ahead and talk about smart scheduling and how does a system know when to schedule the next job. Okay, so first are your booking spots. This there's separate answers on this one in the help center, but let's go ahead and cover it in this video as well. So first you have your booking spots, and they can be modified per location if you have multiple um, locations that you service. They could also be modified per store locations as well. So if you accept different appointments at a store location every 5 minutes or something like that, and at a service area you do it every, let's say, every 2 hours or something like that, you could go ahead and modify them all for each day. So like a barber shop, you might be accepting, an appointment every 10 minutes or every 15. So you might have one at 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, 9, and there might be a lot of them just for one day. Once you enter them here, whenever you're picking a schedule, these are the times that will show up. Okay, so if you have all these times up there, then those are the times that will be available for booking. So if you don't have an 8:02 spot, but you have an 8 o'clock or 8:01 spot, then 8:02 will never be an option for a customer to book from. Now, how you get these to show up is based on the working hours that you set up for a provider. So if you have a provider and this is your first one, and let's take these for example, and the provider's working hours are set from 9 till 6 p.m. That means that 8 a.m. will never be shown if there's only one provider, because that provider starts the day off at 9 o'clock, which means this one will not be available for booking, and neither will this one because that provider needs to be finished by 6. Okay, so even if there was a 6 o'clock, that provider would not be able to be scheduled because at 6 that provider needs to end the day and the job would start at 6. So that would also not be available for booking. Okay, if you have multiple providers in the system that cover all of these, then they would be all showing up as long as that they are actually available. And what I mean by that is if someone booked a 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. job, that means if there was only one provider available for that time, this can no longer be booked. However, if someone canceled it later on or moved it over somewhere else, then this would again be available for booking. Now, how you set up your working hours, you go to your provider and then you would go ahead and pick the provider or the team. You go to their schedule and you basically pick a location. And since a provider could do multiple locations if they're nearby, or different industries as well, you could go ahead and set up everything from here. So if a provider tells you I'm available on Sundays and I want to work from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. only, you could go ahead and schedule that. Or you could go ahead and put a second working hour where if someone says, okay, I can only work from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., I need a 3-hour break. And then I could go ahead and work again from 3 till 8. You could go ahead and do that. And you would basically, at a working hour, you would put 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. till 8 p.m. And this one is, or it looks like there are already 2 working hours. So we don't need to do that. So there's someone already working from 8 a.m. to 12. And then there's already a break of 1 hour where maybe someone needs to go for a lunch, or they need to go take care of something every Sunday for 1 hour, and then they come back at 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. Okay, so the schedule will know that this person's available at 8 o'clock all the way till 12 p.m. So this person can do a 4-hour job. Okay, and that means that the length of the job is what allows that booking to happen for this provider or not. Every single job gets calculated per length, and it knows how long the job will take. So if it fits between this range, it will schedule it. If not, then this provider will not be available, and it may look for a different one that is available. Okay, so that is how the schedule knows that it could have a booking spot available or it will not. So it looks at booking spots, it looks at working hours, and it looks at the job length of the actual job. And then there's also a fourth factor that you could add in, which I'll show you just in 1 second. So here is the length of the job. So if you click on this one right here, inside it should tell you how long this job will take, which means 2 hours and 30 minutes. If this gets moved over to someone like a team of 2, this will go ahead and get split in half, and it will be only 1 hour and 45 minutes, right? Or 1 hour and 15 minutes, okay? Since there's 2 people. If there's 3 people, then it will split based on 3 people, okay? And the time will shrink by 3. So that's how the scheduling works here. And the fourth factor is a break time. So if you go under store options, you could go ahead and go under a provider, or it's not under a provider, it might be under the customer. Take a look. Looks like it might be under general. So under general, you will have a break time that you could go ahead and put in. So if someone's traveling from one location to the other, should there be a break between scheduling? So if a length of if a job is 4 hours from 8 till 12, should there be a break if another job is being scheduled in another location? Meaning, if 1 hour is selected, can the person schedule right away at 12 since the other one just finished, or do they have to wait an hour? And if there's a booking spot at 12 where you set them up from the booking spots, there's one at 12 and there's one at 1, will the 12 disappear because there is a 1 hour travel break that you added here. So if you added that 1 hour, the 12 o'clock will be gone and only 1 p.m. will show up, okay? This is a non-travel break, so if you are not leaving the location or you are within a very small radius, like 500 meters or so, you may have only a 10-minute break here, since it could be like a barber shop staying at the same location waiting for another appointment, so you may not need 1 hour of travel time. You may only need 5 minutes to prepare for the next client or be ready for them. So that's another thing that the schedule will look for. If you have these adjusted, it will place in these working or these travel breaks or non-travel breaks, and then it will schedule accordingly. So hopefully you understand the schedule a little bit more and how it works and how the length of the job gets determined and when the next job could be scheduled. And hopefully this helped you a lot. If not, go ahead and message us or send us an email at support@bookingkowal.com and we'll go ahead and help you out.